friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a repot chat. I have a whole bunch of things here that I would like to repot, and I've honestly been putting off for a while. Especially my, what is it, this one, my micholitziana. I know I've showed this to y'all like several times, but like, what the heck? Look at those roots. They are absolutely insane. I might need to trim the bottom off. Huh, okay. That's a bit mushy as well. Uh-oh. Oh no. I might have screwed it up. Okay, well, we'll figure that out when I get to it. But essentially I've been wanting to pot up a lot of these things for a while, this one specifically, and I've been like waiting and waiting and waiting because I wanted to do it in a video, because I wanted to like take you along with me with the whole process, because it's been a process. But there's just so much else I want to do and I want to like talk about, so I thought let's just join it in to one. So I'm going to do that. I might repot my Regal. I've got some varicos I want to join. I've got some jade satin things I want to do, a Hoya, like all kinds of stuff. Just like so much that I want to be potting up. So why not have you come with me? So if you are new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back. I hope you're enjoying this as well. Let's get into it. I think I do have to do this alocasia first because it's time. So if you haven't been here before and you are new, you will have seen that I chopped up my micholitziana. I have a stump right in the middle there where I chopped this from, because the like stalk had grown so far up and lost so many leaves that I was like really tempted to try and propagate it in a different way, and I did. So I chopped it a while ago now. I think it was probably like December time. I will double check on that. But I chopped it with the intent of putting it back into its mother plant as long as it rooted. So this is what we're working with. I showed you that already. It is hella rooted. But what I've just seen, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this without me dripping water all over the floor, but in there, it has gotten a wee bit mushy, and that scares me because it's like quite high up above all of the other roots, and down at the bottom is mushy as well. Ugh. Oh my god, I should not have sniffed that. So I think I need to at the very least cut off the bottom. I wasn't expecting to have to do that. I thought it was doing so well. At the very least I need to chop off the bottom. And then I just hope and pray that once I put it in here it's fine. I know I should probably do this with a knife, but alas, it's too late. I don't have one on me. Okay, that's fine. I should really let this callus over now. That's not gonna help. What I'll do is I will stick the roots back in, but let the bottom stick out. And just while I am doing this video, I will let it callus over. And after that, it's going in whatever state it is in. This isn't working. Gosh, this video feels like a mess already. I'm out of practice. So, I guess me being out of practice kind of relates to some of the other stuff that I wanted to talk about. I have been busy. This is really awkward. a very precarious spot, but summers. And put this away as well for now. We're gonna get back to that one later. If you're just here for the alocasia part, skip to the time below. Sorry about that. Like I said, I haven't really thought about the order of this at all. It's just gonna be in the order it happens. It's probably gonna be a long one as well, so grab yourself a cup of tea. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do something that I can definitely do easily. Let's put my jade satin into the jade satin. That is an easy thing to do. I hope. I say that now, I'm probably jinxing myself. But I have my jade satin in pond. I have my jade satin in water. These have been rooting for a while as well. I've got some decent roots on them. And basically, like I said, I've been very busy. The main thing that I have been busy with has been the plant swap that actually happened on Sunday, and it was so much fun. If you haven't watched my plant swap video, go check that out. I'm just gonna dump a bunch of this pon out. But essentially the swap takes a lot out of me. Like, it is my baby. I work so hard to like try and make that happen with my friend Lisa. We were literally working on it for like, I guess a month and a half straight, maybe 2 months straight, and like it kind of becomes all encompassing. It is the only thing we're doing. Well, Lisa has another job. She's a pastry chef, and I obviously have this as a job, but like it got to the point last week where I couldn't think about anything else except for the swap, and that like it just I couldn't make a video. I'm sorry I missed my Sunday video. You know I don't like missing videos, but I was just getting so much stuff done for the swap, doing last minute prep and work on that I could not do anything else. I had a one-track mind last week. And actually a lot of these aren't as rooted as I wanted them to be. I'm just gonna put the ones that are rooted in, and the rest can stay in. Probably not this vessel, I'll probably need a smaller one, but I'll find one. But yeah, like my mind, joke and a test, like he would be asking me questions about like what we want for dinner or this, that, the other, and I'm just like, I have zero brain capacity aside from the swap at this current moment. So that is why I didn't have a video on Sunday. I'm very sorry, because you know how much it annoys me to not have a video. Like, I am very consistent, I'd say, with my posting, and I very rarely actually take breaks, but I, like, for once allowed myself that sort of flexibility, just because I really needed it. And the plant swap was so much fun. I think it went really well. All of the feedback we've had from everybody is so positive, and it's just been a really great experience. It's one of the things that I'm most proud of in my planty sort of career, and I didn't expect it to be that. Like, I know I make tons of videos and I work really hard on this, and this is what I do, like these videos are what I do most. I am so proud of like the work I've done here, which is hard for me to say. I'm not a person who normally gives myself credit, but honestly, like the swap and seeing so many happy planty people is where I feel like I'm making the biggest impact in this community, and like bringing people together and encouraging this sort of more like environmentally friendly, wallet friendly sort of experience for a lot of people. And like, I don't know, it's just so many of us plant people, I feel like we're quite introverted. At least I am. I can only really speak for myself and from like the a number of people that I've met as well. But I feel like we tend to be more on the introverted side, but we're all super like nurturing and caring, and like that just kind of comes part and parcel with being a plant parent. Like you care because you have to care for your plants. And so like it's definitely a nerve-wracking experience, I think, for a lot of people to go to the swap, and myself included. I get so nervous to meet people and to like interact. I'm not the most social of people, and it might not look like it because you see me on here and I seem like social and happy and bubbly and like in my videos, but like it's hard to remember that I'm literally sitting at home by myself talking to no one. And like how much more of an introvert do you need to be? Like I talk to my friends. Oh, sorry, I was just checking. Oh, I got scared that I was late for a meeting. I'm not. But like I talk to my friends and like a select few people regularly. I'm not someone who has like a very big friend group. I'm more of like a small tight-knit group of friends kind of person. And even then, I don't really have a group of friends. It's more like, I guess, a bunch of singular friends. I don't know. That sounds really sad. But it's something that is true about me. I am a massive introvert, and so all of these events that they like terrify me, and I'm pretty decent at like I think putting on the mask of someone who is out there and bubbly and smiling and happy and extroverted. I'm really good at pretending to be an extrovert, but I do not think I am an extrovert in any sense of the word. And putting on that much like effort for the swap especially, and like having to be that person that everyone could go to and like knows what's going on, and like that sort of responsibility. And I know I do share that with my like co-founder Lisa, but like as also a perfectionist, I hang on to things and take things all into my own head. I'm not the best at delegating, so it takes so much out of me. Basically after the swap, I went to dinner with some friends, and then I was like, I need to go home, and it was like 7:30. Normally I'm like, I can stay out for a little bit longer, stay out till 9 or 10 or something, but I was exhausted. I needed to go home and like not talk or like do anything for the next like at least a day. I was so unproductive on the Monday after. I didn't touch the swap stuff or like the supplies for the swap. I didn't touch any of the plants that I got, and I got quite a few plants, as you saw. And I also got some like very kind gifts as well from people that I didn't end up showing in the video because I wanted to make it specifically about the swap and like that sort of experience. But I didn't touch any of them for like at least 24 hours after the swap, just because I was so like empty in my head. I could not function anymore, and I had nothing left in my tank. So I took basically Monday off. I did like very minor admin-y things, but for the most part I was just like, I'm gonna chill now. And kind of Tuesday too, but mostly Monday. I'm back on track now. It is Thursday at this point when I'm filming this, so I am getting back on the bus and taking care of my plants again. Watered some moss pools, did a bunch of watering yesterday. It was like the first time I could even think about plants. And now we're getting into these today. The next one that I want to pot, I should probably cut as well, is I want to put my varicosums together. I have two here that, like this one definitely needs a pull. This one needs to be more full. They're not the same type of varicosum, but I could not care less. I think that they can go in the same place and it's not going to be the end of the world. And I think I actually might also trim this one chop and prop it. Where did I put my scissors? They're here. Because if I chop this one here and then root this, I can probably get quite a nice full plant once these are in it as well. So that's a choice that I've made right now and will be what it is. I should also say that I'm so bad at keeping this moss pole moist. It does not have a cup on top and it is bone dry. I need to like properly give this plant a shower after this and really rehydrate this moss pole because I think it definitely needs it. This is one that I have not been paying attention to. I've gotten a lot better at a lot of the ones that I have living in the office, but this is not one of them. So it is something that I need to work on. But after I soak it, I will put a cup on top of it and maybe put it in a place that's slightly more accessible, because right now it's on the top of a shelf, which isn't the easiest to get to, so I don't end up watering the moss pole nearly enough. So I think that makes a lot of sense. That was easy enough. I'm not like pulling the roots too intensely. They are very rooted in there. This was the one that I chopped back to nothing a while ago. Come on, go in. Go in, baby. Yeah. And this was the result of that. And I think it is very happy. It has like lovely leaves on it. So I'm assuming it is happy. I will need to like strap it down, I think, eventually. But for now, I'm just gonna place them in. Another really big thing that is exciting and scary and like kind of a big deal in my opinion is something that some of you might have seen already as well. It's that Claire and I have started a new joint channel together, and it is completely non-planty. We actually just posted our first video on Monday evening.
We can do anything on this channel, and that's very scary and also quite exciting.
Ooh, you trying to skip one?
A question just popped out of the bowl.
Do you two ever get jealous of each other's social media accounts? It's a bit of a scary thing because neither of us have ever done any like non-planty content. And this channel is literally just going to be whatever we want, whenever we want. I'll make sure to link it down below if you haven't seen it already. If you haven't subscribed, it would be very much appreciated. Obviously, there's no pressure. If you're just here for the plants, that's completely fine and totally understandable, and you can be here for the plants. But like, it's something that we've been talking about for such a long time. Because we've like not necessarily put ourselves in a box with doing plant stuff, but like once you kind of get into a niche, it's quite hard to not be in that niche. But like, I don't know where that train of thought was going. But basically it's just a bit of fun where we can try new things and go about life, and I think we'll probably be doing a lot of like chatting videos. Obviously it can be whatever y'all want. Like, we're definitely open to suggestions, to ideas, to feedback, because it is something new, and we're basically just seeing where it'll go and working. Like, it's nice to work in a place where there's not like any rules, because we've put ourselves in not like a box with plant stuff, and like there's kind of rules in that, or like there feels like it feels like there's rules, which there probably aren't, but it feels like there's like things we need to follow. We need to talk about plants. We can't really talk about life stuff as much. But Claire and I have like really great conversations all of the time about life and mental health and like the world and goals and trying new things and just like being silly together. It's something that I really love about our friendship, is that we can just be chill and silly and fun together and not worry about anything. And it seems like a lot of you like our sort of friendship as well. So I'm just looking for Velcro. I guess this will do. Just to wrap it around there and hopefully get it to stay nicely. But yeah, so we just posted that sort of teaser video on our channel. It's currently called Claire and Emma Uncut. We are definitely open to like changing the name, so if you have any suggestions, also let us know about that, because we just like, we really struggled to think about what to call it. Because just Claire and Emma felt really boring. Informative, but boring. So it's a fun new adventure that we are embarking on together, and like, we hope that you, if you want to, join us in that endeavor. I've just finished putting those in there. I think it actually looks pretty good. It'll take a minute for it to look like correct, because they need to like get used to being on the pole. Hopefully once I water the pole, they'll like properly attach in and maybe size up. That is really my goal with varicosims. I've never been able to get a varicosim to size up at all. Also, I was gonna put my third one in there, but I accidentally killed it. I just completely forgot to water it, I think when I went away on holiday, maybe, and it is in the bin at this point. Sorry, Brenna. I feel really guilty about it, but I've done a really bad job with it. But yeah, so that's like a fun, scary adventure thing that we've got going on, and it's like, it's really nerve-wracking branching out into something somewhat different. So next up, I think I'm gonna do the Hoya that I want to repot. I have not repotted this Hoya. Oh, but if I can get it out. Basically since I potted it up the first time. Oh my gosh, I got really scared for a second because it's got diatomaceous earth on it, and I thought it was a mealybug, and that would have been awful. But I want to pot this up. It has been a while since I've done anything with this one, but I think it deserves something a little bit bigger, because it's genuinely been years at this point. So I've got a couple other pots here. Maybe this big, it depends. I don't really have very many medium pots at the minute. So let's just see how the roots are. Okay, it has no roots, good. Great. Why don't we have any roots? You've got so much growth. Like, that is the root ball for this whole plant. And it's been like years. It doesn't look like there's any rot or anything in here either. It is moist because I did just water it, but like... Okay, well... I guess it's staying the same then. I lied, I'm not repotting this plant. I'm putting it back in its exact same pot. Okay. I don't know, I just feel like I've been super duper busy, and I've seriously been diversifying, I think, with what I'm doing, which I like because sometimes it doesn't get like tedious, but when you're doing similar stuff like day in and day out, it can get a bit like samey. And so doing something like the plant swap, or doing something like a different channel that's not plant related, it feels like just that nice little bit of difference. And it doesn't, like, those things don't really, I think for the most part, aside from when I'm really stressed about the swap and don't post a video, but for the most part they don't really affect the content that I am producing here, and I'm able to like still do this while also working on that. So I think it's fine, and this is done now. I just wasted my time pulling that out, but such is life. it's a cute little plant. I do love this one. I am really glad that I decided to keep this one instead of the queen. Sorry, my brain is still not quite 100% recovered, but we are getting there. I guess it is Regal time now, so I'm gonna dump this soil out quickly and pull out the Regal. That is so scary. It's terrifying. It's huge, and I don't want to mess it up. I also got a small thing of water for the jade satin cuttings that weren't rooted enough. So hopefully we can get them to root well and put them in when they are ready. Okay, well, I was going to do the Regal, the scary one. So I wanted to change this one up because I found these cool self-watering pots online. Basically, one of you, I think you lived in Germany, commented about these type of self-watering pots that you can buy, and you buy the like pot and the indicator separately. And I looked on the German website for them, and oh my god, they were so cheap. But then I got to check out, and it was like 60 pounds, or like 60 euros to get like 4 pots sent to the UK, which I thought was insane. So I was like, okay, maybe I should look for them in the UK. And so I had a look, and I did find some and got them to try out. They do look really good. My first impressions are very positive, and I think they look nice. They sound a little bit cheap, but I'm sure they're absolutely fine. But I really wanted to try this one for an alocasia, not an alocasia, an anthurium, because it is so nice and big. And I thought the Regal would be the perfect one for it, because they do like a nice tall pot. And like, I mean, it desperately needs a drink right now, but you can see that there's roots down in the bottom there. Like, look at them. Yeah, it's definitely thirsty. So I figured I would put it in a tall one. But the issue I've had is I haven't been able to find a cash pot for these that I like and is water resistant, etc. I'm not sure what I want, like what I'm gonna use yet. I'm still working on it, plan wise, but at the very least I could just put it in a dish with water at the bottom, so it's not like it needs to be perfect. But basically I figured it'd be nice for it to have a bit more space. It is like heavily rooted, this thing. Oh my goodness. So I've filled up the pot about to where the top of the holes are, and now I need to try and get this out. Oh, I'm gonna break that root. I'm gonna have to cut it because it's like just too thick to go through the hole. Oh, that's so sad, because they're such nice roots. But it'll be worth it. Look at those. Those are stunning. I'm so proud of this plant, man. Like, I was so worried that it was going to just like die once I got it, but it is so happy. And obviously, look at this leaf. Oh no, they're rooted like into the string at the bottom as well. Let me see if I can show you without dumping everything on the floor. Okay, well I've dumped everything on the floor now, so. Like, they're rooted into the string. I think I'm gonna have to do a bit more root pruning, unfortunately. But that's okay, it's got so many roots that I'm not worried about like a couple. Just a few not being the healthiest or needing to come off is not the end of the world, and I am not bothered by it at all. There's also a couple that are a bit brown in here, which I'm just pulling out. But overall, they're like really nice, beautiful, happy roots. Oh, look at these healthy roots that I had to come out. So sad. But definitely shows that it was happy enough to grow those, which I think is a positive. I am so incredibly proud of this plant, and if I could have it as a favorite every month, I probably would. Like, I've stopped looking at it quite as intensely every day because I'm not like watching it size up anymore, but I still really, really love looking at it because it is so beautiful. Oh my god, there's roots literally like in the core of this rope. Right, that's something for later. It's a later me problem. For now, I'm going to plant this in here. Okay. Sorry, this is like kind of stressful for me because I really don't want this to go poorly. I don't bring my scoop. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness, I'm blind sometimes. Okie doke, there's that. And then I'm going to fill the top in with, oh my goodness, arm workout to pull up this semi-hydro, Soil Ninja. Also all of this soil I've been using and the semi-hydro in this whole thing has been Soil Ninja stuff. If you didn't know, I'm an affiliate with them. Obviously, no pressure to buy from them, but they are my absolute favorite, and they're in the EU now. I think I probably said that recently, but they're in the EU now. If you want to try it out for yourself, you can use my code, not my code, I think my link for 10% off all soil and compound, all soil blends and substrates and components and stuff like that. So feel free to try it out if that's something you want to do, or if you have tried it out and you really like it and you just want a discount, you can use my code as well. It works all the time, but of course, no pressure. There's no like, you don't need to use Soil Ninja stuff. It's not the only soil out there. I just really, really like it, and I find my plants really like it, and it's peat free, which I really like. And if you do end up using my code, I do get a tiny bit of like commission back as well, which does really help me be able to make videos for you all the time. So I feel like that was a very long plug. I really find plugging myself awkward. Okay, a little bit more. You gotta do the shakes to make sure that it's getting into all those little nooks and crannies, especially when it's so rooted like this one. Really want to make sure that it is gotten down in there and giving some root action. So, like I said, this is where the problem comes. I don't really know, because that's too small. Like, I think I could probably get like an elho pot about this size. I might have one. Obviously this one doesn't fit because it's not made for this, but if I get a pot about that size, it wouldn't look the best, but it would work. Ideally something plastic is better because it doesn't, like, it's not porous, and I find you can't really use semi-hydro with porous because it just doesn't work. But I think this will really like having a bit more space, and hopefully it will get better water with the indicator thing. Not that I had any problem seeing the water level in the other one. I don't really like the look of the clear ones as much because they get all gunky and it's not my ideal. So that should do. I just need to figure out what I want to put it in. And that's the hardest part. I did do like a bit of internet searching for like tall, slim pots, but all of the ones that you can find are mostly for like outdoors, and so either have drainage or are like freaking huge. And it doesn't need to be huge. I think this is 19 centimeters tall by probably 12 or 15 wide. So it's not huge, but it's also bigger than a lot of the other things that I have. And a lot of things are a bit more square in their dimensions, and this one needs to be like rectangular. That, I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how my brain is reading the situation, so we'll see. I think it'll be happy in here for now, and it will eventually go back in the cabinet. Let me, I guess, do the alocasia, and then that'll be it, I guess. So, first things first, obviously this leaf needs to go. It is very yellow and unnecessary. I think it's because there is a new leaf coming in right now there, and because it's just been in water, it's not like had great nutrients, which is completely fine and normal. I'm just really nervous about this rot. Maybe I'll plant it so that's above the pond level, just to like let it dry out. And ideally I'd have some springtails, because I feel like springtails would really get rid of that or like deal with it quickly, but it is what it is. Anyways, if you are just returning to this part, if you were just here for the alocasia, sorry, I had way more stuff that I needed to do. But let's see how this is doing. Oh my god, these roots. Like, between these. Oh my god, okay, so many roots. That is so positive. But I want to see if I can try and get it into the middle-ish area, so it like still fits in with these, because I don't really want it to look like it's super separated. Okay. This is going to be a bit of an endeavor, I think. Also, there are a bunch of like little spindly roots that have come off, unfortunately. I mean, I think it's fine, but hopefully they just don't rot in the semi-hydro, because I'm going to put it straight back, I think. Oh gosh, this is like, I don't have enough hands for this. So, I'm gonna fill out the bottom first. Put that back in. And then put that in. And I think that's at a high enough level that it'll be fine. I should probably rotate that so it's facing the same direction as the other ones. Because it is kind of a one-sided plant. I know I have it against a wall, so I don't really care, but it's definitely one-sided. And I suppose in theory, you could just like plant that one up by itself. I just wanted to put it back in because my micholitziana, like, it's just gotten very sort of leggy. I know I've not had it in like the best of spots over its like life in my care, I guess. So I totally understand why it's not necessarily the most compact fungus net. But I would like it to be a bit more compact. Maybe this growing season I will get slightly better with it. Maybe I should put it somewhere brighter. I don't know. Things to think about. It's just such a big plant as well that it's quite awkward to find a good spot for it. I also should note that the like stump in here has not done anything in this whole time. It has just been like, it hasn't produced any new growth or any new growth points. I know it probably has some, and they're probably beneath the surface, and maybe because I did cut this in the winter and it was kind of during the like dormancy period, it wasn't going to do anything just because it's not the right time of year. But I'm hoping that where I cut it, it will eventually produce new growth, because that would be really cool. Anyways, I think that will have to do for now. I probably need to put more water in that, and I can do that. But I think that looks pretty good. Ta-da! I hope that it is happy in here, because I just really, I need it to be happy. I am like, I don't know, it's kind of a risk to cut it because there was no like guarantee that it would have sprouted. Like, I had a very positive feeling about it, but it's one of those things where you just gotta try. And I'm tempted to do the same thing with my alocasia poly, because I've had it for years at this point. Probably 4 or 5 years. Oh my goodness. It's one of my oldest plants, and like, it has babies, and so I could put the mother plant into the babies, or I could chop it and then put the mother plant into the babies. It's because it's lost a lot of leaves, so it's got a lot of room for cutting, and it's like a bit tall and lanky. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. We will see, but I will take a close-up of this so you can see that I like put the area that's a bit rotty above the level of the pond in hopes that it dries and doesn't rot further, because that would suck. If that's the reason that this plant goes downhill, I'm gonna be really annoyed, but I will keep you updated on it. I don't know, I feel like this video's been very chaotic. I've had lots of chaotic energy, and I feel like I'm still a bit like woo in the brain because of the swap. So hopefully all of this made sense and you enjoyed it and you liked my little bit of life update. Like I said, I've got a lot going on at the minute and it's all very exciting. Yeah, so that is it. That is me repotting some things, potting up some props, getting my alocasia into pon after its experimental chopping. And yeah, if you do want to like have like a more in-depth video about how I propped out alocasia, do let me know. I can make that happen. Like, I've just not had the mental capacity thus far to do it, and it desperately needed to go into this place. It's probably been able to go back in here for like a month at this point. So if you want an in-depth video on that, let me know and I can make that happen. Tell me down below in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up down below, and like I said, leave a comment about the alocasia thing or any other sort of planty thing you'd like to see from me in the future. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!